So back in April this year, just a couple of months after Lightfall released, I posted a video breaking down what I called the Cryo Gorilla build for the Revenant Hunter in PvP. And I got a ton of traction out of that build for months, leveraging it in trials and in sixes as one of the most reliable options that I had. I decided this week to revisit the build and see if it was able to stand the test of time, especially since I was noticing the dominant performance of the very mobile Strand Hunter kit in today's landscape. I thought this might be a good option for controlling the pace of the engagements a bit better and putting some limiting factors on those highly mobile playstyles like Strand Hunter, Dawnblade, and Striker Titans. Not only did the build age well, it very well may have aged like wine and actually gotten better. And because of that, I can't recommend this build enough, so let me revisit it for you. So here's a quick overview of the build. Basically, we have a couple main goals that dictate the gameplay loop here. First, we want to isolate targets. We have a lot of tools for doing that, including the Bakris dodge, which thanks to the aspects and fragments I've selected, this will slow enemies nearby. I have Duskfield grenades to lock down areas and limit approaches. And I have the Cryosthesia, which can freeze enemies in their tracks. Now that freeze bullet is great for getting a free kill and then loading up another freeze shot. But there are also times like this where I can use the freeze bullet to sideline one of the opponents in a 1v2. So here I freeze the guy in the back, that way I can take on a singular target that's pushing me. I kill that guy, but now I have an enemy flanking me. So I push the guy that already froze once, and I go ahead and I freeze him again to lock him down. Then I pull a 180, I use the Duskfield to lock down the flanking enemy, shatter the crystal for some free damage and ability regeneration, and then follow the damage numbers to know where to push and kill the guy. So here, that freeze bullet didn't directly net me any kills, but it kept one of the threats sidelined so he couldn't interfere with my 1v1s. So one of the things I'm doing that's very important is leaning into the fragment that allows me to do extra damage with primary weapons to frozen targets. A lot of people ask why I'm not shatter diving after freezing enemies. The short answer is that a shatter dive would derail my gameplay loop. Ideally, I want to freeze the opponent with the freezing bullet, then finish them off with the Cryosthesia, and go ahead and load up another freezing bullet. If I do the loop correctly, then I'll have a freezing bullet for each target, and it will look a little like this. Freeze, kill, freeze, kill, freeze, kill. And I'm sure I don't make any friends when I do this either. You'll also notice how I can use the Shuriken, a melee ability, to stop aping Titans cold in their tracks. That means no more Jug Shield, no more Shoulder Charge, frankly, no more options for many of them. Now, I don't feel the need to completely rehash every single detail of this build when I, literally already did that in the original video, which is much more technical and less of a showcase. So if you want to see the nitty gritty and the specifics, feel free to check out the original upload. I'll leave a link in the description and the pinned comment for you. It has freeze frames and even links to the build so that you can replicate it easily. I did make some minor modifications to the original, but only with things like targeting mods, reload mods, things of the sort. I also swapped in the Philotactic Spiral since it got buffed, that archetype, and it was chewing people up in the gameplay here. I had a lot of fun revisiting that pulse. Ultimately, I find the Cryo Gorilla build to be a big success. It's got legs. As long as players continue to favor highly mobile and aggressive playstyles, the Cryo Gorilla will remain a strong and viable counter option for players like me. The whole idea is that we get in fast, isolate a target, eliminate them, and get the heck out. Bakris has a lot of utility. It's a great rapid insertion tactic, a great way to slow an enemy in close proximity, and it's a great rapid extraction option too. You can teleport through Nova Bomb Seekers if you get backed into a corner. So if you're looking for a new way to play that's a deviation from the standard and will genuinely piss off other players, hey, look no further. Be sure to let me know in the comments section if you use this build, how it played out for you. Did you enjoy it? Was it effective? I'd love to hear from you. Thanks again for supporting my content. I've been live streaming a lot more regularly again too, so feel free to stop by the Twitch channel and say hello sometime. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.